Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rosa, and welcome to another episode of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this Xbox podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's Xbox gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. This show is on podcast services around the world, so please subscribe on your favorite and leave a review. Xboxin10.com, no numbers, is your quick source for links to all of our podcast destinations and social media profiles, which you can follow at Xboxin10. To start, let's talk game releases. The big games out last week were Rad and Life is Strange 2 Episode 4 Faith. Games upcoming this week are Wreckfest, Control, The Bard's Tale 4 Barrows Deep, Jump Force Majin Buu, Jump Force Katsuki Bakugo, MXGP 2019, The Bard's Tale 4 Director's Cut, Vambrace Cold Soul, Headspun, Sumbra City, Kamiko, Hookbots, Agent A Puzzle in Disguise, The Lord of the Rings adventure card game, Just Cause 4 Danger Rising, Decay of Logos, The Dark Pictures Man of Medine, Blair Witch, which I'm really excited about, and Newt 1. Now on to last week's biggest news stories, and we have 9 to cover. Number 1. With Gamescom going on this week, Xbox had their Inside Xbox briefing and detailed a lot of new announcements. Ethan Gotch did a nice write-up on Kotaku detailing all of the major news. Microsoft showed off Gears of War 5's Horde mode, NBA 2K20's Career mode, and the new games coming to Game Pass during its latest episode of Inside Xbox. The episode spanned over an hour and a half, and while it was mostly full of new trailers for games we already knew about, there were a few interesting bits of new information sprinkled throughout. Here's the full rundown. Devil May Cry 5 is coming to Xbox Game Pass today alongside Stellaris Console Edition, while Age of Empires Definitive Edition will be available on the PC side. Ape Out and Kingdom Come Deliverance will get added on August 22nd, while Bard's Tale 4 Director's Cut will join on August 27th. Blair Witch will get added to Game Pass on both the console and PC sides when it releases on August 30th. Humans Fall Flat will be getting a free new level on both PC and Xbox One on August 27th. The game is also on Game Pass. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition will release on November 14th on both Steam and the Microsoft Store. It adds better AI, 4K graphics, and a number of other improvements, including 4 new factions. Anyone who already owns the HD version of Steam will be able to get the new version at a discount. Gears Pop will be out on August 22nd on iOS, Android, and Windows 10. The Gears of War player vs. player strategy game was originally announced at E3 2018 as one of the 2 new Gears spin-offs, the other being the XCOM-inspired Gears Tactics. British actor Idris Elba will be in NBA 2K20's Career mode, as well as Rosario Dawson and many other famous people. Ghost War, the multiplayer mode for Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, will feature 8 players facing off in 2 teams of 4 fighting in maps that appear to have storms closing in around them, similar to a Battle Royale game. It will also have dedicated servers. PUBG will be getting crossplay between PS4 and Xbox One in an update due out sometime in October. There are 2 new Xbox One controller designs, one called Night Ox that's camouflage, and one called Sports Blue that has a subtle geometric pattern on the fins. Empire of Sin has a release window of spring 2020. Microsoft is holding a fan event called XO19 on the weekend of November 14th in London, featuring the head of Xbox Phil Spencer and other members of the Xbox team. Metro Exodus's 2 Kernels DLC is coming out on August 20th, and will feature a big flamethrower for all those post-apocalyptic cookouts. Microsoft closed out a stream by showing off Gears of War 5's Horde mode, which will feature player ultimates this time around. Like in Destiny or Overwatch, players will all have custom special abilities like going invisible, X-ray vision, and calling in airstrikes that'll be able to deploy throughout the match. A great write-up by Ethan Gotch of all the major news from the Inside Xbox. I thought Xbox had a strong briefing. No major announcements, nothing that got me too excited, but more Gears 5 looks really interesting, and I was actually intrigued by that NBA 2K20's Career mode with all the famous actors. After that long write-up, number 2. Microsoft wants Game Pass on all platforms. Sean Carey at TrueAchievements.com writes, earlier this week we reported that Microsoft had no plans to bring Xbox Game Studio titles to other consoles such as the Nintendo Switch and the PS4 in the future, but now the head of Xbox Gaming Services has said they'd love to see Xbox Game Pass available on other platforms. In an interview conducted at Gamescom with Game Reactor, Ben Decker said, quote, we'd like to see Game Pass on all platforms ultimately, and I think that is a long-term goal. We don't have any specific plans today, but we would love to see Game Pass really go everywhere. Rumors have circulated around Xbox Game Pass coming to the Switch in previous months, and with the news of Ori and the Blind Forest coming to the Nintendo console, it seemed that it could be a possibility. However, with Microsoft saying in a statement to GameIndustry.biz that they had no plans to bring future Xbox Game Studio titles to the likes of the Switch and PS4, Decker's comments seem a bit of a contradiction. Perhaps Xbox Game Pass is truly the only way we will see Xbox exclusives on other consoles in the future. Number 3, a weird one. Report: contractors have listened to inadvertently recorded audio from Xbox owners' homes. Cecilia D. Anastasio at Kotaku writes, Microsoft contractors working on Xbox have gained access to audio recordings of Xbox owners' home life, a Vice motherboard report revealed today. According to the report, accidentally triggered Xbox voice commands would result in audio recordings stored by Microsoft, which contractors could hear. The report, titled "Microsoft Contractors Listen to Xbox Owners in Their Homes," explains how Xbox captured audio from unassuming gamers. Xbox, plus another word like on or help, triggers specific voice commands for the console, as do the words "Hey Cortana." While it was previously known that Microsoft could record and assess audio logs, it wasn't clear that accidental recordings were a problem. One current contractor told Motherboard that some accidental activations were people, quote, people telling Cortana no as they were obviously in the middle of a game and doing normal game chat. A former contractor added that lots of other voices heard in the recordings were children's. Xbox's now defunct Kinect used to take voice commands, and after that, Cortana, which will be soon removed from the Xbox One. Microsoft explained to Motherboard that they've long been clear that we collect voice data to improve voice-enabled services, and that this data is sometimes reviewed by vendors. A representative added, "We've recently updated our privacy statement to get greater clarity that people sometimes review this data as part of the product improvement process." Motherboard had also reported that Microsoft contractors could hear Skype and Cortana audio too, and noted that Microsoft's privacy policy changed after that prior reporting to more clearly reflect the fact that actual people might listen to the recorded audio. "I'm sure it's exciting to hear my voice, Xbox contractors, as for the 2 years I used Kinect, it was Xbox On, Xbox Go to Netflix, Xbox Play 1, and Play 1 was always The Office." Number 4. Microsoft no plans to release more Xbox exclusives on PS4 or Switch. Sean Carey at True Achievements writes, Microsoft will no longer release Xbox first-party games on other consoles and wants the gaming studios it newly acquired to focus on titles for their platforms. This comes off the back of recent news of Ori and the Blind Forest. A former Microsoft exclusive was announced for the Nintendo Switch. Microsoft said in a statement to GameIndustry.biz, quote, "The past year has been an exciting time for us as we have more than doubled the internal creative teams making up Xbox Game Studios," the company stated. "As these new studios transitioned in, we were aware of some existing commitments to other platforms and will honor them. However, going forward, these new studios will focus on making games for our platforms. We have no plans to further expand our exclusive first-party games to other consoles. We continue to believe deeply in cross-play and progression of games with the right flexibility for developers to ensure a fair and fun experience." Microsoft has recently acquired studios such as Obsidian, who is releasing The Outer Worlds on all platforms, and also Double Fine, who has recently released its roguelike game Rad on all platforms too. Although some of the studios Microsoft now own do have commitments to other platforms, it looks like they will be honored, but after that, Microsoft wants them working exclusively for them. When we reported on that rumor that it'd be coming to other platforms in a previous show, I did think it was interesting to hear Xbox's stance on that. Now that they've clarified, I do believe it is in their best interest to focus on exclusive for their consoles and PC, but continue to honor their commitment to accessibility across the industry, cross-play, and Number 5, another weird one. Xbox 360 just got an update. You read that right, Xbox 360. Adam Bakehurst at IGN writes, Xbox 360, yes, the Xbox 360 that originally launched on November 22nd, 2005 just received a brand new update that brings with it, wait for it, quote, minor bug fixes and improvements. Revealed on support.xbox.com, Xbox 360 OS version 2.0.17544.0 was released today and comes over a year following the last minor bug and fixes improvement update on May 22nd, 2018. Xbox 360 had one more minor bugs, fixes, and improvements update in 2016 and had its last substantial update on September 17th, 2015. That update brought with it the activity feed, the ability to redeem codes from messages, and probably the most anticipated feature of them all, the ability to accept terms of use. The Xbox 360 had an incredible run, selling over 85 million units until production of the beloved system ended in 2017. It featured some incredible games, and IGN's top Xbox 360 list from 2015 ranked the Mass Effect trilogy as number 1, followed by Grand Theft Auto 5, Halo 3, Portal 2, and the Orange Box. I never really thought about it till just now, but the Xbox 360 might be my favorite console of all time. It's where I believe I became a hardcore gamer and played online with my friends nearly every day. Man, life was easier when you were in high school and had all the time in the world to play games. Number 6, Rare unofficially announces Fire for Sea of Thieves. Imogen Beckling at Eurogamer, right? During the latest Sea of Thieves weekly stream, a Rare developer accidentally mentioned fire will make its way to the game. This isn't the first time James Thomas, lead engineer at Rare, has inadvertently let some secret info slip. Back on a stream in January, he revealed parrots were a pet coming to Sea of Thieves, leading to a 6-month ban from the weekly streams. Quote, somehow the parrots have learned to be aquatic, he said, while discussing how the team had designed pets to not follow you into the water. This is quickly followed by a quiet parrots confirmed from Joe Nettie, executive producer at Rare. This week, about an hour and 4 minutes into his first stream back after the ban, Thomas cheerfully began to tease the fire mechanic, which players hadn't actually been told about yet. Quote, I think the biggest thing we've announced that will be coming soon is fire, so hopefully there will be something for you, James starts, before quickly being interrupted by co-streamer Andrew Preston, senior designer of the game. Man, James Thomas, you ain't learning, huh? But leaking some good news for those Sea of Thieves fans out there. Go play with some fire soon. Number 7. More Xbox Game Pass games leaving at the end of the month. Sean Carey at True Achievements writes, we have a few more games that will be dropping out of Xbox Game Pass on August 31st, so now could be your last chance to play these titles through Game Pass. Joyride Turbo, Lego Batman 2, DC Superheroes, Onrush, and The Maw. If you had any interest in playing those games, I highly suggest you go play them quick. Number 8. Gears Tactics could be coming to Xbox. Heidi Nicholas on TrueAchievements.com, right? Gears Tactics is an upcoming turn-based strategy game set 12 years before the first Gears of War game, releasing for PC. Yet a tweet from studio head of the Coalition, Rod Ferguson, hints that Gears Tactics may also be coming to Xbox One. The tweet was in response to Ferguson's announcement that Horde is coming to Gears Pop, the mobile Gears game. Fans replied to ask about Gears Tactics and specifically if it was ever coming to Xbox, to which Ferguson replied, quote, yes. His Twitter bio does state that this is his personal account, which represents only his opinions and thoughts, yet as studio head, his opinion is most likely quite reliable. Furthermore, his reply was also retweeted by Sean Noonan, lead level designer for Gears Tactics. Ferguson didn't give any indication as to what tactics would come to Xbox, whether at the same time as for PC or at a later date. Nevertheless, this possibility is definitely exciting for Xbox Gears fans. I like the Gears franchise, and one of my favorite games of all time is actually Final Fantasy Tactics Advance on the Game Boy Advance. So as a result, I'm pretty excited for this game, but I'll probably only play it if it comes to Xbox. Fingers crossed. And number 9, Battlefield 5's 5v5 competitive mode is ditched. ONS Good at Polygon writes, Battlefield 5's competitive 5v5 mode has been cancelled, EA DICE announced. The studio said that their ongoing efforts in quality assurance and new content delivery are more important. In a post to Electronic Arts website on Thursday, senior producer Ryan MacArthur noted that the game already has competitive modes of play, which suggests that combat at a much smaller scale than the Battlefield franchise is known for wasn't that important to players either. Quote, not creating this mode was a tough decision, but vital for us to more quickly reach our bug-crushing and content goals. MacArthur wrote, we know that there's already an existing competitive gaming experience in our community, and we're helping build features to support these communities. Battlefield 5 is just that one game I never hear anyone talking about. I don't hear any good things, and the only thing I hear is that the community isn't happy. Delaying content and outright canceling some ideas does not bode well for the franchise, EA, and unfortunately for their community. As always, we end every episode with a fun fact about Xbox, and this week I looked into console prices adjusted for inflation. I thought it was interesting after looking at the numbers. So, if the original Xbox launched today, it would be $414 when the original price was $299. If the Xbox 360 launched today, it would be $375 when the original price was $299. And the Xbox One, if it launched today, would be $525 when the original price was $499. Funny how Microsoft's most successful console, the Xbox 360, would be the lowest in price. Thank you all for listening to another episode of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please subscribe to your favorite podcast service, leave a review, share it with your friends, and follow on all social media at Xbox in 10. As I mentioned last week, I haven't had any time to play games. I've been moving to my house, finally set up my basement man cave where I'll be recording, so hopefully this week's episode sounds a bit better, still tuning some things, but I'm definitely going to carve out some time this week to try Blair Witch when it releases and play Life is Strange Season 2, Episode 4. My name is Brandon Rosa. You can follow me on Xbox at Brosa93. I hope you all have a great week and keep on gaming.